Many of my videos are cleaning routines, but today's will be a little bit different. Today I am sharing what works for me on a far more personal level as someone with a neurodivergent brain. Today I am sharing the very honest and raw look at how things can be when you struggle with task initiation and finding routines. I hope this video makes you feel a little less alone. Hello friends, so today I am spring cleaning this bedroom. I have been avoiding cleaning in here because it gets really overwhelming and I know that I need to do some pretty tough love cleaning, purging, getting rid of things. Lately I have been watching a channel called Inspired by Nikki. A lot of you actually turned me on to her because you said that I remind you of her. She is far more organized and clean than I am, but I really have been enjoying her organizing and her cleaning, and she has some really good ideas for closets especially. One of the things that she said that stuck with me is that she tries to set up her wardrobe like a store that she would want to shop in, and I think that's really smart. I am currently extremely overwhelmed in my bedroom. It gets really messy because I don't come in here very often. I keep the door closed because I don't have a vanity for my makeup, so it's all in my side table and Freya will get into it and ruin it. She has ruined a couple of palettes. So if we're not careful to keep the door closed, she'll come in and just wreak havoc in here. And something that I have mentioned maybe once on my channel is that I very likely have ADHD, and that's a whole story. It is not just something that I suddenly decided to excuse myself from my habits. It's actually something that learning more about inattentive ADHD in women has been so helpful for me in figuring out how to function in my home and how to make my home work for me. So one of the things that I've learned that works really well for me is to have everything visible, but at the same time I am also very affected by clutter, and the more cluttered things look, the more stressed I get. So I'm learning the balance of having things out in an aesthetic way. As with my dresser, you saw me organize it, and there is a lot of stuff on my dresser, but it's all pretty and it's all functional. I've always wanted to have my wardrobe be functional. Right now it's not functional. There are so many things there that it's hard to even flip through. I get really overwhelmed just looking, and I can't think to make a decision. So what I want to do to kind of play into the way that my brain works is pick a color palette, at least for the beginning of spring and summer, and stick to it. I want to make my closet something that's easy to get into and make sure that everything fits, because I know there are a few things that I didn't get rid of last time that maybe aren't as comfortable as I thought they were. I am also going to just go through my whole room. This is just going to be a really big clean and purge with me video. I'm going through my bins in the closet. I want to organize this closet because we don't really have a way to cover it at the moment, so I need it to at least look tidy. This is my storage closet where I store everything that I'm not using. So I want it to look decent, even if I'm not going to cover it up. I might see if I have a sheet or something that I wouldn't mind pinning over it, but I really don't like the way that looks. I might have a tension rod that I can use. I don't know. I'm going to figure out what to do with this closet because I really hate how messy it is. But yeah, we're just going to spring clean. I'm going to adopt Nikki's whole thing of making my closet something that I would want to shop in, because I want to be able to get up and look through my closet and get dressed, and also make it easier to put things away, because right now if I put things away, sometimes things fall down and it's just cluttered and like it's a mess. So we're gonna deal with that today. I just want this to feel like a haven. I want to get up in the morning and be excited to get dressed again. Right now I'm not. I mean, I am having fun getting dressed, but I'm not excited about my closet because it's so cluttered. So yeah, I hope you enjoy this video. Let's get started cleaning and organizing and purging and making this bedroom a little bit less chaotic. One of the first things I always do when I face overwhelming clutter is to put everything in one pile. Sweeping items toward the center of the room and putting clothes on the bed is a very quick and easy way to give a visual of decluttering. And for my own brain, it helps me to see that one instantly satisfying cleared space on the floor. It helps it to feel much less overwhelming. Then I like to go to the smallest space that needs to be cleaned. In this instance, it is my side table, and tidy that up really quick. Focusing on small areas instead of the big picture is extremely important when you have a brain like mine. If you have ADHD or some other neurodivergence, that means you get easily overwhelmed by massive tasks. Instead of feeling like I have to clean the entire room, I have little bursts of quick accomplishments in cleaning one small area that drive me to keep going. Pulling everything out from the corners and sweeping under all of the furniture is also imperative, because it means that I am making sure I am getting every single last bit of hidden garbage or other things that might be hiding under my dresser and my side table. If I can see little bits of things underneath other pieces of furniture, it really sits in the back of my brain as something that I need to do. So I always like to very thoroughly clean the floor. Dealing with the pile on the floor can also be overwhelming, but again, I like to break it down into smaller steps. First, I pick up any and all garbage. In this instance, it was just a lot of packaging from things that I'd opened and I hadn't thrown away the garbage, or I'd left it in a box and it got tipped over. Then I like to pick up the shoes because my girls are constantly taking them out of the closet. And then I grab anything else that just doesn't belong in the trash, and I don't really organize the rest of this. I just put it all in a pile to get it out of the way so that I can sweep up the dirt and the remaining garbage on the floor. I want to insert here that mess is morally neutral, and if you struggle with these little tasks like I do, there is nothing wrong with you. You just need to find a way where you can combat the things in your brain that don't let you do routine or that make you exhausted by routines themselves. Okay, so I think I'm as far as I'm going to get with like cleaning until I've dealt with the closet. I am going to take a quick lunch break though, because I'm hungry and I'm feeling tired and overwhelmed, and I know as Haley pointed out when we were out together, she knows a lot of people who have ADHD, and she was like, well, when you're hungry, your brain gets overwhelmed and you can't think. I feel like it's almost the origination of hangry. But anyway, I'm going to eat. Don't know why I touched the dresses just then. I'm gonna go make a salad, I think. I don't know. I'm gonna make something that appeals to me, and then I'm gonna put the baby down for a nap, and then I'm gonna come in here and figure out my game plan. I think I really want to get the closet organized. And I know I still have a massive job to do with that, but I feel like if I can get this emptied out and dealt with, then I will feel a lot more like dealing with everything else. But mostly I just need to go eat, because I'm starting to feel very fatigued because I need to eat. So we're gonna go do that. I decided to tackle my closet next because I really wanted to get it organized. And again, it's all about those little accomplishments. Seeing visually how well I'm doing really helps to get the things that aren't as fun or as satisfying in a short amount of time. I removed anything that was not seasonally appropriate and some things that I just don't think fit me anymore, and I put them all to the side so that I could only have items in my closet that fit the season or fit my body. So this already feels so much better. I pulled out a lot more than I thought I would. Now my job is to go through my bins and my trunk in the living room, because I do have a trunk of dresses and a bin of dresses, and put anything in that I want. But I'm really happy with this. I can actually see all of my dresses. I decided to hang my house dresses and my skirts behind the wall because I'm not wearing them as much right now. But yeah, I'm already really so much more excited about this than I have been in a long time. So let's go through some bins. Going through all of my clothing bins was really important because I know I have a lot of things in here that don't fit me anymore. And it was finally time to say goodbye to some of my absolute favorite vintage dresses. This is a very hard process emotionally, and I would encourage you to set this aside if you are not emotionally ready to say goodbye to the size that you once were. That is okay. You don't have to accept it right now. And if you want to store your clothes away in a box and hope a little bit longer that maybe they will fit you again one day, that is perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with setting that goal if it suits you, but just remember that diet culture is toxic, and achieve your goals in a healthy way. Something that really helps me let go of the clothes that I loved is to remember that I can use that money to buy things that do fit me, that will bring me just as much joy. I have cycled through so many sizes over the years that I know I am always going to find something else that I love just as much as I loved the clothes I'm letting go. My goal with these bins was to organize them a little bit better so that they weren't so cluttered, and I focused on having all of the dresses in my large vintage suitcase, and then having skirts in one bin and miscellaneous items in another. I am actually very proud of how this turned out. I was able to really detail organize all of the bins so that they feel much more organized and much easier to get into and find what I need if I need to pull it out for any reason. Once I had organized my bins and pulled out anything that was seasonally appropriate, I started putting back in the clothes to my closet that I wanted to wear this summer. I gave up doing a color palette because I just have a rainbow wardrobe and I am okay with that. I did put in a few items that I realized later do not fit me, but my point was to just try on the things I was not sure about. And I took anything costumey or photo shoot only and hung it in the pantry so that it's out of my daily wardrobe. Okay, so overall I am pretty happy with this. It still does feel a little bit crowded, but there are a couple of dresses in there that I am not 100% sure if I still want them. Some of it I just have to try on and I don't really want to right now. So I'm pretty happy with it overall, and I did take out quite a few things. But I am getting rid of all of this from my bins. I know for a fact that most of it probably doesn't fit me, or it just isn't my style anymore, so that feels good. And then I still have to deal with the bed, but that's pretty much it for the room, other than, of course, this shelf, which will be the last thing that I do. I did organize down there, which is nice, but now I think I'm gonna take a quick snack break. It's 2:45. I've been working on this all day. Time to have a snack, and then we will attack. Once again, with the pile on the bed, I broke it up into smaller sections to work on. First, I tried to organize and pull out any and all clothes that were in there, and I separated them by whether they were mine or my husband's or my daughter's. And then I pulled out all the hats to get them off the bed for the moment because I was going to organize them later. I also had a bin on the bed for anything that did not belong in the bedroom, and I didn't bother organizing any of these things. I just put them in the bin to be taken out and sorted once I sort the other rooms of the house. Doing this bin system really helps with ADHD because I can stay focused on the task at hand and not be constantly walking in and out of the room and getting exhausted because my mental load has doubled pretty much when I try to put everything away. Okay, so I'm gonna come back in tomorrow and finish up that closet and then show you the final room reveal. I know I didn't really film a before. I probably should have, but you've kind of seen the mess here and there. And I know I'm not ending on a very impressive note because there's still a box full of things on my bed, but I'm actually feeling really, really good about it. I got the bulk of the work done today. I got my closet sorted. The floors are clean. So now, tomorrow I will have to figure out what I'm doing with this closet, if I'm going to cover it, if I have a rod, or something that I can hang a curtain with to hide that closet, especially now that it's mostly storage. But yeah, feeling pretty good. I got rid of a lot of clothes out of my closet. But yeah, I'm gonna go relax for the rest of the day and I will be back tomorrow.
just boxes. It was on sale for $99. Man, what a weird sign of the time. Need to keep busy, trying to eat the hours away. Who knew that I like Milky Way? Wake up, I'm ready to go, yeah. Feeling so good in control, yeah. And think of the places I could be, so I give up and watch TV. I think I'm going crazy, pacing around my room. Tell me that it gets better, being alone together. The world.
Something else that really helps me in my day-to-day life is to get dressed in something that I love. So organizing my closet serves another purpose of knowing that everything is going to fit and that I like everything that's in there. And then there's a lot less decision making when I am getting dressed.
Time moving so slow, again I'm staring at my phone. Yesterday feels a year ago. Wake up, I'm ready to go, yeah. Feeling so good in control, yeah. Then think of the places I could be, so I give up and watch TV. I think I'm going crazy, pacing around my room. Tell me that it gets better, being alone together. The world is upside down and I'm turning inside out.
Okay, so my plan of attack with this closet is to literally take everything out and put it all on the bed. My brain works best, and I don't know if this is an ADHD. Freya, shh. My brain works best when I have everything in one place and I can organize it. I can't do shelf by shelf because there might be things on one shelf that need to go with another shelf, or like maybe I have multiple things, something. Just, it works best for me to take everything. It works best for me to take everything out and just put it on the bed so I can see everything that I have, what I need to get rid of. Also the containers that I have and whether they will all fit the things in there, because if not, then I need to get rid of some things. So that is the first step. We're going to take everything out and then see what's there. So again, with the closet, I used the method of just putting everything in one place. This didn't actually work entirely because a lot of the things that I took off of the shelf had to be put onto the floor. My bed was not big enough for everything in this closet, but it was really, really helpful to see just how much I had accumulated in this closet so that I could declutter, get rid of things that I no longer needed, and organize my hats into something where I will actually be able to look through them easily and find the one that I want. So it's a very big mess. What's in front of me, which I don't know if you can see, is baby clothes and a thing of sheets. And this is gonna fall. I have so many hats. And there's clothes that I was trying to sell. There's clothes that are in storage. Some of my husband's clothes are in here. There's a lot of sheets that I just haven't gotten rid of now that we have a bigger bed. And a lot of hats, a lot of accessories, a lot of knickknacks. Just lots of storage things. I didn't completely clear off the shelves because the porcelain dolls are staying on the top shelf. They are kind of just storage items. And then there's a few things my husband uses for filming that are also going to go onto the top shelf because we don't use them that often. So those I know I'm going to put up there. But I am overwhelmed. I am trying to think how I'm going to organize everything. I want my hats to be sort of accessible. I'm also going to go through my hats and switch out some that are on the wall. I want it to be a lot more aesthetic on the wall. It's really pretty right around the dresser, and then it gets chaotic because I never really organized my hats there. But I think the best plan of attack is to get all of the sheets and clothing dealt with first, because I think that's the majority of it, and that's what's making it look like a much bigger mess than it is. I mean, it's a big mess, but I think I need to go through and get all the sheets and the clothing out of here, and then it should be much simpler. So I have quite a few of these that I'm gonna utilize for hats and sheets and whatever else I need to use them for, and then hopefully we can make sense of this. Hopefully when I'm done it won't be so chaotic. But yeah, I am a little overwhelmed. I'm a lot overwhelmed, but you know, that's okay. We'll figure it out. I broke it down, like I have been saying, into smaller and more manageable parts by pulling all of the hats off of the bed and putting them to the side, and then going through and finding all of the fabric items. I really prefer to deal with fabric items first, so in this case it was sheets, pillowcases, handkerchiefs, scarves, clothes that I had tossed in there, things like that. Those are the easiest to organize, so I do them first, and then I move on to the hard objects. And there were a lot of really random things in here, so it felt really nice to organize and declutter all of it. And while I would really love an aesthetic closet, I am just using the storage that I have on hand, most of which is vintage luggage. I store all of my headscarves in 2 suitcases and a bin, as you will see a little bit later, because it's what I have and it works, and I don't really want to spend a bunch of money on aesthetic bins for the closet at the moment. I did not end up getting a curtain to cover this closet because, as I have mentioned with ADHD, I think I mentioned, I need to be able to see everything easily, and if I close up this closet, I will never look in here and I will never use anything that's stored here. So seeing all of my bins reminds me what's in them and reminds me that there are a lot of accessories I can pull just from the closet. The very last task was to pull all of my shoes out of the closet and clean the floor, because that's something I haven't done in about 6 months, and it could get pretty dirty. Even though I don't tend to walk in my fancier shoes in the dirt, it still just gets dusty and kind of gross, so I swept it out, and then I organized my shoes, got rid of the ones I no longer wear and the ones that I literally have never worn, and there you have it. While the bedroom is not aesthetic, it is still a calmer environment, and it felt really, really good to completely declutter every aspect. I'm so proud of the work that I did. Okay, so I am done. As you can see, I have the shelves organized. On the top is 2 bins of hats and miscellaneous, and then 2 hat boxes. One of them's full, one of them's empty. On the second shelf is my box of scarves, a strawberry bin of headscarves that I use the most, and then a few other just accessory containers. I have some detachable collars and some gloves and some ribbons for like waist ties or neck ties or whatever I want to use them for, and a purse. Behind the wall I have stuff that I just don't really need or use, kind of like props and stuff like that. On the top shelf it's miscellaneous storage, like keepsake items that I'm saving and my porcelain dolls and stuff like that. Then this shelf is all Freya's clothes, some baby things that I'm keeping. It feels so much better. And then down on the bottom is 2 bins that are sheets, and then some clothes that don't fit in our dressers, and then 2 more bins of hats, and then some other, like some games that we don't play that often, and my writing shoes, and a picnic basket that we only use so often. And then as you can see, my closet is beautiful and rainbow, and it's a little bit crowded, but there are a few dresses in here that I know I'm probably going to try on and decide to get rid of. So I just have to get to that point where I try them on. I'm really happy with it though. It's so much more organized than it was before. So that is it. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope this made you feel a little less alone if your room gets to be this messy. I know that a lot of cleaning and homemaking channels can be really, for me, they're inspirational, but sometimes it's a little discouraging to see somebody's mess is just like, you know, a few unwashed dishes or you know, one basket of laundry that needs to be folded. My messes get so much more monumental than that, especially with young kids and figuring out how my brain works with ADHD, and just in general, life in general is a lot messier than a lot of YouTubers that I know, and some people have told me that I need to get rid of stuff, and listen, I am getting rid of stuff, but really it doesn't matter how much or how little you have. If you don't figure out a routine that works for you, you will never have a clean house. You could have nothing and still not clean the toilet, you know what I mean? So I hope that this helped you feel a little less alone. I share my mess, and I kind of share myself at my quote-unquote worst, because I want you to understand that it's okay. It's okay to have a messy house. It's okay. Mess is morally neutral, as Casey Davis says. If you are looking for a really great book that has been super helpful to me in understanding kind of how to attack the mess and how to work around having a neurodivergent brain, look up How to Keep House While Drowning by Casey Davis. I will link it down below. That is a great book for if you need something that's short and succinct and easy to read and doesn't take up a lot of time and actually helps. I don't think I've ever read a house cleaning book that has been this helpful to my brain. So if you're looking for something like that, I will link it down below. It's super great. Hopefully, because I've gotten rid of so much out of here, I took so much out. I got rid of a lot of clothes. I got rid of half of what was in my bin. Hopefully because I did that, it will be a little bit more functional. I also brought in my laundry hamper so that I can actually put my dirty clothes in the laundry when I get undressed. I just want to get undressed and stick them straight in the laundry hamper and not actually have to take them out of the room or throw them in the corner. Those two things don't work for my brain. So as always, if you would like to support my channel in more ways than liking and subscribing and commenting, you can go down to my Ko-Fi page and tip me for the work that I do here on the channel. That is it for this video. I hope that wherever you are feeling safe and loved, and until I see you again, have a beautiful day, and thank you for watching. Bye!